Hi everyone, welcome back to my Christmas trip to Alsace. In this second video, I will share a few more beautiful villages that are so worth visiting, some of them very small but so picturesque and with the cutest little Christmas markets. I hope I can bring more of the festive spirit into your heart. On Monday morning, we left Strasbourg and our first stop was Obernai, a small town not far from Strasbourg, but with a very festive feel. The day started very cold, there was snow on the roofs and we got there just as the stalls were opening and there was a sense of a very gentle rush in the air. On the main square, there are a dozen or so stalls selling food and drinks, as well as decorations and other artisanal products. We sat down for breakfast at one of the tables available there, which I think was a nice feature we didn't find in the markets of Strasbourg. Right around the corner, there was this small souvenir shop with a very festive feel, as you would expect, and where I bought a couple Christmas presents for my family. Just then it started snowing again, and it steadily intensified throughout the morning. We still had time to take a quick walk around the town center and head towards Place de l'Étoile, where Santa's cabin was located, although it was closed at the time. By then, snow started falling harder, making it all look so very magical. Eventually, it was time to get back on the road and towards our next destination. By the time we arrived at Ribeauvillé, a few miles south, the snow had stopped, or maybe it had not yet snowed in the morning there. Here they hold a peculiar Christmas market along the main street, but only on the first 2 weekends of December. For their market, they bring back the spirit and traditions of the Middle Ages, with jugglers, people dressed in Middle Ages costumes, dancers and music from that era. As for us for that day, we decided to explore the picturesque streets of Ribeauvillé and a couple very nice stores there. A very short drive away from there is the town of Riquewihr, one of the jewels of Alsace. With the beautifully illuminated streets and facades and a wide array of very Christmassy stores there, the one that is probably the most famous is Féerie de Noel, a true Christmas wonderland. For those who love everything Christmas related, here you'll find all types of decorations, ornaments, Christmas figurines, you name it. After spending a good hour or so inside the store, by the time we got out, all the street illuminations were already on, and we literally walked down the main road and explored its side alleys to admire the views of the illuminated streets and facades. We also stopped here and there in a couple other stores selling treats and souvenirs, and then finished our tour of Riquewihr exploring its Christmas market. Later that evening, and after checking into our hotel in Colmar, our first stop was the Marché Gourmand to have dinner. By that time, all the markets in Colmar were already closed, and the city was very quiet. We took this chance to take a quick tour of the city by night and see some of its main squares and the illuminations on. To start the fourth day of our trip on the sweetest side, we had breakfast at the small Atelier Diane, a beautifully pastry shop with the most delicious pastries, including some of the traditional cakes from Alsace. We then made our way on foot to our first destination, the famous Petite Venice, with its famous canal lined by colorful pastel tones, half-timbered houses. Right by the canal is the covered market of Colmar, selling everything for the daily lives of the residents and anyone looking for fresh produce. Our first Christmas market of the day was just around the corner at Place des Six Montagnes Noires, where we found a mix of the traditional market stalls, but also a few selling independent artists and crafts. There was also a little fun for the children around. On our way back to the center of Colmar, we made a quick detour through Parc du Champ de Mars, with a display of different decorated Christmas trees and some more activities for children to enjoy. In the center of Colmar, there are so many beautiful stores you can visit. One of my favorites was Musée Annecy, with a toy store on the bottom floor and a small exhibition area on the top floor. There is a total of 6 Christmas markets in Colmar. 4 of them are the traditional ones. The one we visited early in the morning, and then the other ones in Place des Dominicains, in Place Jeanne d'Arc, and in Place de l'Ancienne Douane. Early in the afternoon, we went out to explore Kaysersberg, a picturesque medieval town nestled into a valley. Here I found a couple of the most Alsatian stores in my whole trip. One of them was Obernai de Cécile, with an assortment of very cute traditional but timeless home decorations. While we missed the Christmas market there, which takes place only on weekends, the town of Kaysersberg is a very beautiful one to roam around, with its heavily decorated and illuminated facades and store windows. Further uptown, I also discovered a small store with the works of the painter Denis Bouquier portraying the Alsatian landscapes in wintertime. The last town on our list was Éguisheim, this one having a daily Christmas market throughout December. Its market is smaller though, taking place in just a couple of the town squares. Despite smaller, I felt this market had more of a small community spirit, somewhat more authentic and giving you better taste of how Alsatians live their Christmas evenings. Finally, we spent our last evening back in Colmar, and our last few hours on our holiday trip were spent roaming around the city illuminated streets right before the markets closed and we said our goodbyes.